Hey, it's me, Lee, the Voltosaur, and today I'm actually going to be doing something different from my difference I normally do. I'm actually going to do a movie review today, not you guys. So if you want, I will put the video in the description of the film and let you guys do the review yourself in the comments below. Sorry, I'm multitasking here. Okay, so the movie that I will be reviewing, if you can tell by the title, is Garo, Sokoku no Maryu, or the Fanged Wolf, the Demon Dragon of the Blue Skies. So yeah, it's about that time to see, because I have nothing else to try to review, the last time we see the original Garo, Koga Saejima. Last time that we see him before this was in the 2012 series Garo Makai Senki. That it took a couple of years for him to show up again. And there was Garo Yami Otarasimano, but that one I do not like, mostly because of the Sky Bone Knight guy. Toho Kushinsa Films tried too hard to make that character. So, like, they pretty much were like, okay, how do we do this with armor on? So that's why I do not like Guy. So I do like the character himself. I mean, he fits me pretty well. But it's kind of great to see Koga back in his role of Garo that he was meant to be in. So, does this last appearance disappoint? Well, the first thing to mention is there's really no real way to conflict with anything very well, from what I know. Then again, I got the Garo Makai Senki and chickened out after 5 minutes. And but well, I kind of like Garo, except for those times I'm like, I don't know, but here, I mean, mostly I don't see the promotion for Garo except, except for you got the original guy in that role. So, I mean, the guy who was doing it for 6-8 years now, before that his son had to have a son written into the show. Yeah, but I mean, with Garo, I'd be kind of interested to see it as a little kiddie show, not like all, kind of for its sake. I kind of want to see just the whole franchise just, go into kind of like Super Sentai or Kamen Rider. Maybe that could help it out some. I mean, I can't really see a lot of fighting going on, considering it's an hour and 16 minutes into Sokoku no Maryu. I'd even see Koga transform into Garo. And then he has this one form that is exclusive to the film, Blue Dragon Garo. It's like the Garo of Yami Otarasimano. That one had little gold, and he was the Golden Knight. This one is Blue Dragon Garo, and I didn't even see a lick of gold or lick of blue on him. Sorry, I'm still on the... I hate that Garo because he's not gold. yeah, I will kind of say, I do kind of find some of the parts of the film randomly funny, especially with Koga. I don't know why. So, I mean, why couldn't there be any horrors in this film? I mean, it's kind of simple, but I mean, it'd be nice to at least have some horrors to kind of link it better to the original series, because the only link I feel like I have with Garo Makai Senki is Sokoku no Maryu stars Ryusei, his name left my head. Ryusei Konishi, who is, like I said, was Koga from '06 to last year, pretty much. And another thing that I kinda liked, well, okay, though it wasn't for too long, maybe like 4 minutes, or 2 minutes, pretty much just at the time limit that was in the series, I didn't have to worry about that timer. I feel like that would be too much pressure on our heroes to see them fighting, and they have to fight in 2 minutes or else they're gonna probably kill themselves. You know, that was one thing I did also like of Garo Yamie Otirasu Mono. I mean, with the timer, it reminds me of Ultraman. One of the stupidest superheroes, in my opinion, that I've ever seen. One of which, those reasons, is the color timer. And, I mean, Koga, he was pretty much, from what I know himself, you know, his bad A self. And there were others, like Maryu, or Kiria, you know, that tag along with Koga, trying to get back his Garo Ken and, you know, his coat and his partner Zaruba. And I mean, I'm not even kidding. And for this is actually a moment I'm like, what? Koga actually dances in one scene. Though luckily, for its sake, you know, for that scene's sake, you don't actually see the actual people dancing. And, I mean, eventually he does learn that he's pretty much what he was looking for. The Fang of Lamentation. Since Gari is, who tasked him to find it, is pretty much the thing that the Makai Knights kinda made. Yeah. See, and should I laugh, going back on the dancing, should I just laugh because of that dancing? That did not sound like Koga, and I barely even watched Garo before last week. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, apparently he's traveling worlds, but why not just stick to one world pretty much for the whole film? Especially with the 2 random cameos between Leo Fudo, Dan, Tsubasa Yamagata, and Rei Suzumura. But just stick to either the Jinrai or the Promised Land. Probably because it's Garo, stick to the Promised Land. Otherwise, why name it Garo? Because Garo will not be in it. Excuse me. And yeah, those 2 little cameo appearances by the other knights, they just feel kinda odd, though that kinda helps them out a little bit, I guess. So, the plot, like I said, Koga is sent to the land of the Promised Land to get back this Fang of Lamentation, and he loses Zaruba, his magic coat, and his Garoken. And must retrieve those 2, or else I guess he can't become Garo. Garo is gone for good. So what ends up happening is that he meets these people like Meru or Kiria, and they join him on his quest to find what they have become. So pretty much it's just go retrieve the stuff so that I can stop, be able to do my duty as a Makai Knight. And that's about it. It's like, at least in a nutshell, without trying to do too much spoilers. And there's really minor things that are kind of well, in my opinion. And again, I'm not the best of reviewers. I mean, I've tried to review, and I'm like, I'm skeptic to do this because I'm like, oh yay, all the time. That's my problem. So I kind of get some probably advertising, not a lot because I don't know of much of a toy line for Garo to even promote, probably because of its time slot. I mean, it would be kind of interesting to at least have something for the older fans more than the Makai Kato line, which is all I've heard of thus far. Give me a bit. Okay. And I guess that pretty much those two cameos, they were short, so that did help them out some. Not a lot. And I mean, for an hour, 37 minutes, and 26 second film, yeah, I thought that'd be kinda, there was so much, it sounds like it'd be hard to kinda get in there. And especially with the lack of action I felt. With it only being, like I said, 4 minutes, about a minute and 16, or hour 16 minutes into the film. Yeah, I mean, though the plot is complex, because you gotta get 4 things instead of 1 like you were tasked to at the end of Garo Makai Senki, where this film kinda picks off, or goes off from reading. It's kinda simple and it's somewhat fast, so I guess that's something Garo's known for and why he's liked. And there were just some moments of a rush, like that climactic fight. Again, I didn't feel like there was very much action, because I felt all the action went into that 1 4-minute fight. And the closer that it got to the end, the closer I'm like, I feel like I wasted my time. And then you could kind of easily tell that could be probably a 3-parter if it wasn't a film. Because again, it was an hour and 37 minutes. At least according to YouTube. And there was it was kind of upbeat in those 2 cameos in a sense. Something to get away from the dark that I felt through the whole thing. And there were, at least we even get to see Goten even in the film. And so I'm trying to think of everything, because this took me 4 hours to watch, because of all the distracting I end up doing to myself. So, I didn't think things would be exciting even with Garo in general. I was wrong. I actually watched 9 episodes of Yami Terosu Mono, and I kinda like it. And even some of the characters were funny, like Kakashi, or the Scarecrow as I like calling him, wordplay, or even that random dancing scene. And you gotta give it to these people for at least trying to put some humor into this film that would be normally dark. Yeah. Overall, there were kind of some dark tones and themes that fit, but some of the other parts, not quite so much. And again, going back to dancing, because that's still stuck in my mind. Again, with Garo, all you see is, just him transforming, and it's like for 4 minutes at the end of the film. And then it's done. Again, his new form for that film was kind of stupid, because no blue, despite the name Blue Dragon, Garo. Or at least I never caught it yet. Anybody like to prove me wrong? Go for it. And it's still sad that there was no horrors involved to try and help link the film. Instead, it was Queen Judam, who wants to eat beautiful things, to go back to the human world and get revenge on the humans for creating her and then forgetting about her. I mean, and even then, before I found out about the Promised Land, at least through watching the film, it was actually kind of fun. Having it. I mean, it probably could be, work out as a fan fiction a little bit if you expanded on that more, just that part before find out about it. And there were things that made sense, even for somebody who like me has not wanted to watch a lot of Garo for its darkness, and may I say I can't handle nudity well. But it kind of works out because there was none of that darkness too much, and alright, and with nudity, there wasn't any. So, I mean, it was kind of dark and upbeat. There were some useless moments like the dancing, and I mean, pretty much those two cameos, they were for nothing. The action, there was very little of, and I'm sorry if I'm feeling rushed right now to finish this video. And, I mean, at least we could, like, conflict with Kamen Rider, if only we had, like, a Kamen Rider, or, like, a movie-only Makai Knight. That was, that would be kind of nice. Overall, this film was actually maybe the best part of Garo. The best of Garo I've ever seen thus far. Out of the 9 episodes of Yami Otaro Sumono, and the kinda premiere I watched. And by kinda I mean, I watched some of Makai no Hana. I mean, there were not really a lot of conflict I felt in the film. And there were some interactions that were nice. I mean, the action was little, so it's kind of disappointing, in my opinion. And there were scenes that didn't really add much, like dancing again. And I'm pretty sure they could be scrapped. Overall, I might give it an A, or an A minus. A minus or A. Because it was pretty good, except for the lack of action for the most part. Lack of transformed action. So, later.